And welcome to Amplifluence. This is Dr. Smiley, and next to my name says publisher. So who are you? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Michelle Maras, and I am an author.
And a speaker.
I'm a global speaker and an executive speaking coach. So there.
I'll tell you
Welcome
one
to
thing: you're not.
Influence. I'm not a
You
publisher.
well, you're so involved in the publishing. I'll say that you're almost an owner of a publishing company.
About to say we're working on that.
We're working on it. But
Yeah.
one thing you're not is you're not bald.
I am not, though. I did send you a picture of me bald. I don't look so bad bald, though, do I?
Oh, you did good. I think I'm going to see if I can find it real quick. Can I show it?
Sure.
Okay. That's hilarious.
I think I look pretty good bald. Thank you very much.
I can't believe you grew your hair so quickly after that. So a lot of people are asking me questions when I'm walking down the street. They'll stop me and they'll go, "What is Amplifluence?" And I say, "You'll have to talk to Dr. Mraz. She's an international speaker."
Amplifluence is amplify your influence. We actually have a book coming out that will explain a little bit more about the menagerie of brain thoughts that we have when we think about amplifluence, because both Ken and we think with numbers. And I know that sounds really crazy for most of you when you're thinking publishing and numbers. Yes, we think about the amplifying of what we do. So there's the content, there's how much reach you have, and we basically put it into numbers so that we can work with it. That's okay. You don't need to know the numbers. But that's what Amplifluence is all about. It's about amplifying the influence of coaches, speakers, authors, people who are influencers who need more reach. You multiply us, you put us together, and we get bigger, better, brighter, faster. We'll talk about that later in the show, because first, I'd like Dr. Smiley to talk about all the birthdays he has, because I have a good old list of birthdays too. Would you like to start?
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we play? You want to play the game of the day, and we say who it is on that day?
I have
We can try
everybody
something
on the
different.
ninth.
You have everyone on the ninth. Okay, so when we get to the ninth, we're gonna let you let
So
loose.
we have to just give names. We can't say what they do because it'll take us
No, no,
forever.
no. That's fine.
This month
Well,
is big.
okay. Well, I'm actually I trimmed mine down, so it's not
Okay,
gonna be
go, 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 Mr.
Cynthia,
Smiley.
Cynthia
Dr. Smiley.
Prospers. I love it when you rush me because then I have to take a breath. Cynthia Prospers was on November 6th. Cynthia Hullen, who's a model, November 7th. And we have Millie Johnson, who is a podcaster in DC. We have Kamal Mohammed, who is an actor. D. Gupta, I think you know D. Gupta. Yep. And we met Richard Height at the Rock Your Brand. His is on the 10th. And then Mike Lewis, who is a fellow publisher and just the coolest guy in the world. He has been almost a mentor to me. I love this man. And that's November 9th. Derek Mueller, who is one of the astrophysicists, someone to follow on YouTube with 20, 30 million views on his epiphanies of science and how the universe and the world work. And I think I'm getting pretty close. Cheryl Brenner, she's someone from CO Space, and I think right hand of Bill Walsh. Bert Oliva is in Miami. I hope you get to meet him. He likes to call himself the Latin version of Tony Robbins, and he is powerful. He's super cool. Dr. June Davidson, and she likes to say her birthday is in Juniper, and that is November 11th, which is Veterans Day. Jeffrey Hazlett, who is a great media contact. Ken Ashby, just because he's Ken, I mean, he has to be announced. He's on November 13th. Victor Azar in Washington State, and no, I'm sorry, in Idaho, and he makes the best hummus. And I came up with the term.
Washington and Idaho, they're very close together.
Yeah, they are. They're pretty close. But check this out. He makes such good hummus that I came up with that there's hummus among us, and he now uses that as a tagline. And then Luann Buchler, she has the hug campaign. So I have the smile
Oh,
campaign. She has the
very,
hug
very
campaign.
nice.
There you go. That's all I had.
Okay.
That's all I got
Well,
for
the
you.
birthdays I have started on November 8th because one of my very dearest friends in the world, he passed away a couple of years ago, but it was his birthday yesterday, Jerry Kent. And he was one of my love interests in high school, but we stayed really good friends throughout our lives. And he passed. So happy heavenly birthday to Jerry Kent out in Omaha, Nebraska. And then today is huge.
Hey, aren't you glad? Aren't you glad you didn't have to just say his name? You could say something about him too.
I wouldn't have, but I did because you did.
That's
We're losing eyeballs because people are like, "What are they talking about?" They're just like listing names. So, anyways, today's birthday is my cousin's wife, Mel Webb. She is awesome sauce. She's out in your area, actually. And then Sherry Carlson, she's here in Colorado Springs. Chairlyn Moore, she's up in Denver. Artist extraordinaire. Check her out, Terry Lynn Moore. Anyways, Victor Orlando, he's a percussionist. You've got to look him up. He's got music and he's played with like the Commodores and all sorts of stuff like that. Jackie Cole, Denver. Amy Collette, she's a publisher up in the Denver area. She's a really awesome lady. And then you know this guy, Tony Watley. Do you know Tony? Mm-hmm. The 365 driven. He wrote the book Side Hustle Millionaire. Awesome man. Today's his birthday. And then I think that's it. I think that's it for me.
I love that I heard a bunch of names I don't know. I mean, that I don't have in my repertoire. So this is
really
we got to do the birthday connection. Like it can't just be birthdays. We got to
go before. Someday you'll find it. The birthday connection. Oh, that's true.
We do.
Because you don't know any of these people I just said, and they're all phenomenal people.
Yeah, and I'm not doing bad over here either. These are good people for you to know.
Oh, well, we need to work that. We got to work that. Okay, that was terrifying. Anyways, thank you so much for those who help us in our lives and our business and in Amplifluence. For number one, we'd like to say thank you to Robert and Noel from Add Value to Life.
Yes, it is.
I always want to say for life, but I'm pretty sure it's a 2.
No, they cut it back because of the pandemic. They just made it a 2.
They're phenomenal people, and they're very good at catching us and helping us be more organized because, man, they're good people. And I spent the whole weekend with Noelle. She came out to my cabin with a group of ladies for Ladies That Glamp. And
you should have her speak at your boot camp. Have her speak at your boot camp. That'd be awesome.
She's coming to my boot camp. She's an attendee.
Oh, wow.
Even better, because she'll be able to speak and be coached at the same time.
Oh, that's
awesome. We'll talk about my boot camp in a little bit because,
yeah, not right now. I'm just saying that was a segue idea. Just an idea.
It was because I still want to talk about Your Success magazine. One of our queens from Hold My Crown, Women of Grit Share Stories of Resilience, Janet Langmeyer, is the cover of Your Success magazine right now. And if you go to my website, not my website, my Facebook page, I just shared the Your Success magazine with her cover. So you can go check it out. There's a lot of really cool people in there. Dr. Goggins is in there also.
And you're going to meet Rich Parsons at the Mixer, who owns this.
Yes, he'll be at the Mixer. He has RSVP'd for that. And right now,
he's in
the Mixer. Oh, we can't talk about well, we're getting to the Mixer in a little bit. Anyways, next on the list is the Unapologetic Speaker Camp. Save your spot. The link is in the comments, or better yet, just go to my website. It'll be a pop-up. If you go to the website on a computer, you will see the pop-up to actually apply to be in the boot camp. But if you go on your phone, it doesn't show you. You don't see any buttons to click. So go to your website and do it. Go to your computer and do it.
Thanks for adding a pop-up.
I thought you'd enjoy the pop-up idea. Anyways, January 25th to the 28th. It's actually 25th to the 27th. And the 28th is filming for Mental Shift, the live stream show that I have out in the, 6 continents. The 28th, the VIPs are being filmed, hair, makeup, everything to be on my show. And we are filming my show with a live audience that day. And you can be the audience.
I just talked to Phoenix Sagan about getting you to the 7th continent, Antarctica. She's making that happen.
You're kidding.
I talked to her yesterday for a half hour and we spent a good 10 minutes talking about Antarctica. So it's probably 2024, but it is.
Yeah.
It's looking very good.
Great. Because, in October of 2023, we're going to Spain, right?
I didn't know that. Did you know that we're going to Naples, Italy?
When's that?
I think it's around May. It's through Jesse Cruz.
Oh, yeah. And then, yeah. Okay. I've actually had an inkling on that one. And yes, there is so much travel coming. And if you'd like to be with us, you got to connect with us on Amplifluence. Go to the 100 author page and click follow or something, because as these trips come up, we are just going to throw them out there, say where we're going. Here's where to get your flights, and connect with, Shelly Rempe, who's our connector for flights and stuff. She'll get us out there. And then you need to connect with us, because especially if you're an author and you call yourself an international author, you want to be international with your book in all these different places. Don't forget, we're going to Africa in June.
Well, and Phoenix said that she's handling some of the international stuff for us. And she said some of the trips are already down to a couple seats left.
Already?
Yeah, she only does 16 at top. She does 12 is her ideal. 10
Oh,
to
I
12
know.
is
I know that, but
yeah, but she's already almost booked.
yeah.
So
Well,
I just
people
want to make
follow
sure you're
us.
there. Okay.
Well, as long as we're on it, everybody else can catch up.
Okay.
Well, and I'm planning a trip to the Philippines at the end of February, so keep that in mind. Anyways, Unapologetic Speaker Camp, January 25th through 27th. You want to be a VIP and be on my show the 28th. Go to
That's the next thing we're doing.
michellemoross.com. No. Go to michellemoross.com on your computer, and you can register. We'll see you there. Ken will be there. This is what's next. We are leaving this Friday for the Epic Growth Conference in Miami, Florida.
J.R. Spear is launching his book.
Uh-huh.
And Al Granger and myself are launching Perfect Publishing. Your book impacts the world. And it's a new approach to how you create distribution, impact, abundance, and sales funnels as a result of having a book.
Okay, don't say that's so exciting.
I'm not trying to say excited. I'm saying matter of fact.
Oh, okay. Okay, then the next thing that's happening is Ken and I are jumping on an airplane, and we will be going to the Reset, Renew, Rediscover Retreat in Houston, Texas. And if you want to learn more and be there with us on November 18th through 20th, go to Leah Rolling, LeahRoling.com/retreat. And you'll see both Ken and I on stage there, because that's what we're doing there. We're keynoting.
And I'd like to say something really matter of fact.
What?
Her book is being launched there.
Yes, her book is being launched there. Then we're skedaddling back, and if you're in the Colorado Springs area, we are doing the Amplifluence Movers and Shakers cocktail mixer like we did before. It was a hit before. We're doing it again. November 30th, we will be at the Hilton Garden Inn in downtown Colorado Springs from 5 to 8 p.m. And as we did last time, it kind of went a little further, a little longer, because we had a good 180 plus people show up. And right now we've got a good 30 something, well, actually 40 people signed up, and I just announced it yesterday.
And I think we have 10 books launching at that event. Chip Fraser, Trevor Nolan, I think might have a cover. Marcel Dumlau has a book coming out. The Seed by Carissa Selena. I mean, there's just so many books coming out. But and Kat Voss.
Wait, Marshall's putting his book out then?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
How exciting. Okay.
Yes, and the numbers are really, really high. We had 175 people come to the other one. We're looking at potentially 500 people coming to this event.
Yeah, it's quadrupling, because people are talking about what happened last time. They're like, oh my God, this was fabulous. And so, yeah, we had 180 people just show up to find out what we were doing. And now they're all talking, bringing friends. I've been watching the page. They're like, you need to come with me. Let's go. So there's all these people talking about, let's come.
And the people that came to the last three, they're in a book called Keep Smiling, The Positive Leaders to Know in Colorado Springs.
Yes.
And thank you for helping me with the names. I was forgetting some of the names, so it's awesome.
Wait. You also said Kat Voss's book is launching on that day too.
Well, it's definitely launching during the tour.
Okay, because I thought she's going to be in DC. She's going to be in DC. No, New York with us for sure.
Yes.
Cool. Okay, then the next one is Denver. The next day we are going to Denver, and it's the south side of Denver. It's off of Lincoln Boulevard.
It's kind of a luncheon mixer, bruncheon mixer. It's
a brunch because it's from 10 to noon, and 10 to noon.
10 to 1.
I'm pretty sure it's 10 to noon.
All right.
Because some of us have to be at an airport an hour away by 2.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. They're not going to kick us out. We can stay a little longer.
And Robert can take pictures and help support the rest of the event.
So if you are going to the Denver event, you need to go to the Amplifluence Facebook page. It's Amplifluence dash 100 author. Go there. I just put in the event or search the event, author meet and greet.
And have your lunch early that day so we can say hello to you. And then if you get there after 12 o'clock, Noel Peterson will be there to welcome you, to get your picture and add you to the Denver book. But boom.
Yes. So 10 to noon, you want to come there early. We'll probably have some good food and some snacky snacks. And then, of course, there's one other thing I want to make sure we mention that's coming up, because I don't know if we're going to be there or not.
Well, I wanted to comment on the fact that you mentioned that we're going to have probably good food there. Because remember that one time we were thinking about whether to have bad food or good food, and we went with good food and everyone loved it. So that was really great.
You're going to have bad food. The rest of us will have good food. So anyways, Christoph Wyman of the Ultimate Speaker Competition, he is the crafter of that. He is a good friend of ours. He says, remember, Speak Up in Dallas, December 6th through 7th. And I don't know if Ken and I will be there. It'd be kind of cool if we are, but
the cards are still being dealt, shuffled as it were.
They're still being shuffled. Yes. I like how you said that. So maybe, Christoph, we might be there. We might not. We'll see where the deck shows up, because there are so many things that Ken and I are doing. We are nonstop through the middle of December. So if you want to learn more, what?
Speaking of shuffling, our good friend Angel Cross, the magician.
Yes.
He did magic for Kenny the other night for 1 hour. He did personal magic on FaceTime with Kenny, and Kenny at the end of every time he did a trick, a magic trick, Kenny would say, I have one question, and Angel would lean in and he'd go, well, Kenny, what is your question? He goes, how? And
for those of you who don't know, Kenny is Ken's baby, little man.
Okay. It was just so funny because by the sixth one, Angel still did not figure out that would be the question. Because Kenny would say, I have one question. And Angel would go, okay, what is it? And he'd go, how? He did some cool stuff. Can I tell you one trick just so that people learn how great Angel is?
Okay.
He took a piece of paper and he has all these guitars behind him. And he shows the piece of paper and he says, I'm going to fold this piece of paper that has something on it. And I'm going to put it in one of the guitars. So he puts it so it's visible. He says, I will never move my hand. I will never go to pick the paper up ever. Go to this website, and we go to this website about most popular countries. And it lists 100 countries. And he says to Kenny, pick a number between 1 and 100.
Okay.
Kenny picks the number 99. He wasn't told to pick that number. He just decided to pick number 99. Number 99, he says, now go to the list and go to the bottom of go to the list. And what's the country? And this is a live site. This isn't Michael's site. Okay. And he sees Spain and he says, it's Spain. He says, okay, notice I didn't leave. And he sees, oh, it's echoing. Okay. Anyway, he goes and takes the paper and he shows him it's Spain.
Cool.
I thought it was a cool trick.
No, Angel is an amazing man. And when he did the Ultimate Speaker Competition and he did his thing on stage, it was like, whoa. And then when he went up again, he was so funny. It was like, what is this man going to pull out next? I mean, magic, humor, sensitivity. It was amazing to watch him evolve.
Oh, actually, there was another part of that trick that made it mystifying. Angel did not know what number Kenny picked. He just said, think of the number and then go to the list and go to that number, and whatever that is, say the country. So Angel was not even privy to the number. Mm-hmm. That's pretty amazing.
He's an amazing magician.
Oh, and Angel just watched In and of Itself, the Hulu show.
The one that you and Christoph had me watch and blew my mind. Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's the one that I recommended to Christoph, and Christoph has made it almost his must watch to experience some level of what USC would be.
It was you who told Christoph, then Christoph told me, and then you reinforced it. Yeah. Yes. It's really difficult to explain. If you have not watched In and of Itself, go look it up on Hulu. You want to watch it on Hulu. There's no way to describe it, but you need to be introspective. You need to be able to sit and listen and watch and just soak in everything that this man is saying. Honestly, I can see Angel doing this one day.
I
But
do too. Oh, Angel
yeah,
was enthralled. Yeah, he was enthralled with it.
yeah. Go look it up in and of itself. And what was the guy's name?
Oh, it's too long to remember.
Yeah,
It's a
very
well, you know what?
long,
I'm
but
going to Google it because we need to get that down because we want this guy on our show, by the way. So in and of itself,
on Hulu.
yep, on Hulu, in and of itself, Hulu
Because when you watch this
is
one, you
Derek
will
Delgadio.
Delgadio.
Delgadio. Yep.
Delgadio. If you
DEL capital GAUDIO. There you go.
Oh, thank you, Christoph. Derek Delgadio. So
Yes.
if anyone knows him, please connect him to us because we want to meet him. And 2, want him on our show. And 3, put him in the dose of hope because I have not thought that deep in a long time. He had me
Oh,
contemplating life, the universe, and everything. I thought I was dropped in a Hitchhiker's Guide
well, you
movie.
know that Christoph, Angel, you and I have something in common.
We were all at the Ultimate Speaker Competition in Phoenix.
We're all in the new
Oh, we're
leadership.
all in the dose of hope.
Yeah, we're all in Dose of Hope right now.
Yeah, we need to get Derek into the dose of hope too.
We have to. Yeah. Derek, if you're listening, call Christoph. We're going to let you speak at Ultimate Spirit Competition. And we might even let Derek be a guest and speak up.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Christoph will let him. Then we can do that.
And Christoph just said the same thing you said, and be a guest speaker at USC. Oh my gosh, you're both warped minds think alike. Okay. Anyways,
We have a show to do. Let's get
we
back to
do.
the show.
In and of itself, go look it up. And then what was I saying? Yeah, he says boom. Anyways, and then with Alt Amplifluence, we are traveling across the United States. And after we go to Florida, then we come to Colorado, then we go to Texas. Where do we go from there?
Well, we got the Library of Congress. We have J.R. Spears, BLN, Business Leaders Network. And
Oh,
what's
yeah.
so cool is that Christoph might come out to that too, because JR has you speaking as that night as a speaker. He has Lizzie, he has Joseph James, and he has myself. That's 4 Ultimate Spirit Competition people.
And with a bat.
Derek Audio. Oh.
Bat.
Derek? Oh, you're talking about David
Chemetsky.
Chemetsky.
And Gordon also. So yeah, there are a lot of USC speakers at JR's event. So yeah.
Oh, they're speaking? David is speaking? I know Patrick Rhode is. I saw him on the
Well,
podcast.
a lot of us are going to be there. So
yeah.
I don't know. I think they just signed up to come. Maybe I don't know if they're speakers. You're right, because the speaker list was full. But anyways, Christoph, you should come. It's going to be a USC reunion, apparently.
Yeah, a mini reunion. I mean, it's not going to be complete without Christoph.
Oh, and then we've got the big reunion coming up for USC.
That's in January.
Yeah.
I think it's in Las Vegas.
It is. Hopefully I'm still in town.
Well, it's really good seeing you. Oh, there's more?
Well, yeah.
The show must go on.
What I have here is, oops.
And I want to talk numbers at some point, because you said you don't need to know numbers, but I'd like to talk numbers when it's convenient.
Numbers?
Yeah. You said at the beginning that our book about Amplify Your Influence is about numbers, because we like numbers, but you don't need to know numbers. But there are numbers, and I wanted to share some of the numbers.
Go ahead.
On the talk that I'm doing at Epic, and the talk I just did at Skirt magazine conference, thanks to your help, I've expanded what it is that causes a book to either flop or to succeed. And the reason most books flop, and I'm saying 97% would be a number of legitimately flopping if you consider that the author did not get their money back, the author was underwhelmed with their sales, and the author decided they would never do another book. I consider that to be in the essence of flop. It doesn't mean they're a failure. It just means flopping. And so succeeding to me looks like this, that the book is generating sales, that they're making more money than they spent, and they're so inspired to write another book. That to me looks like success. So in the numbers game, if you ask 100 professionals how many of them would like to have a book and how many would like to have a book with their name on it, most of them would say they want that, 80, 90%. But only about 1% will do it. And the reason why is they don't have a coach. They don't have someone that guides them through to save them money. They know people that have done it, and they were underwhelmed with what they got. So they're like, why would I want to go through that? So fear is a big play. And then of all the people that make their book, most people don't have a marketing plan, don't have a distribution plan. So only about 1% make a decent chunk of change in their book. About 2% make enough to say, it wasn't a bad idea. But 97%, they won't do the book again because it was a financial disaster or disappointing. And then almost everyone does not have their book tailored to have a call to action, have them be supported and hired as a speaker or as a consultant or as a coach or an education program. So those are some numbers there. But what I found interesting is when I actually analyze content times distribution equals impact, most people put an equal weight on content to distribution. That's like saying that when a baby's born, that is the same weight as the 18 or 20 years you're raising that child. And I think it's a little slanted. I think
Well, and actually what I was thinking is, with the content, you can have the greatest content in the world, but if you only reach 5 people, so 1,000, let's say we'll work with 1,000, your content is at 100%, and then you only distribute the 2. Your impact is what? But you can have mediocre content, okay? Let's say you're at a 4 or 5, let's say 5, but your distribution is at 1,000. Then you add it to people like us who have hundreds of thousands. Then what's your impact? You see, it doesn't really matter what that content is. If you've got distribution maximized, you can impact far more. And what people don't realize is they do, well, I got my book done, and so there. Well, what that does is there's another equation in there. So there's content times distribution. That entire equation is multiplied by you.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't play, you're a 0. What happens in multiplication? It doesn't matter how great your content and distribution is. If you multiply by you are not doing anything, you're waiting for the book to do something, it'll be 0. It zeroes everything out. But if you play just slightly and do content times distribution times whatever we're doing, and then multiply that by you, it doesn't affect, it makes it just as big. So you have to play. You have to play and play with us, not say, here's my book, go do it, bye-bye. Because then it goes 0 again. You can't be the 0 in your own book, your own legacy.
Yeah, and if you have a publisher that is not savvy with distribution or campaigns, book tours, etc., you're still zeroing. You're adding a 0 in there, or we won't even go with a 0. It's more like a 1 because no one's doing a 0. They're not doing nothing.
They published it.
But if you take a score like the content being a 10 and your distribution's 1 times 10 is 10. So you're not 0, but you're so low, and you're competing with people that are understand that distribution is actually really a variable that has a 10x to it. So it's crazy. But if you, speaking about your content being only a 5, if your distribution is fantastic, what happens is you start improving the content. You go back to the content feature and you say, oh my gosh, everyone wants to buy this book and I forgot this, I left this out. Or you get consultants like us and we say, you're missing this. If you do this, you're going to have a TED Talk. If you do this, you're going to have a keynote speak.
Let's fix this. And see, that's the other thing that happens with the perfect publishing world. We're not a one and done. We believe that your book is a living document. It is a baby. It will grow. So even though you print it once, doesn't mean you can never pick it up again and reprint it. Why? Because it evolves. And as you travel around and share it and learn, and people write back to you and say, whatever, they give you comments, the next printing you can adjust.
Right.
A lot of people don't realize that. They think, oh, I printed, it's done. That's not what happens.
They think it's a tattoo. And admittedly, the ones they printed, we can't do anything about, but all the ones that come in the future. And then what's funny is your first 100 you print, if you ask the 7.7 billion people in the world if they know about those 100, they're like, what? So no one knows about your books being printed in the beginning that have some issues. And it just is not worth worrying about.
Well, you know what happened with my first book, right?
Yes.
My first book, we quadruple. But when it printed, they printed like an edit 3 times older. And for some crazy reason, all the word people was converted to purples.
But
And
that
so
wasn't Perfect Publishing.
no, it was not Perfect Publishing, and it went out to the world, and I was completely horrified. I even did an online course on that book. Guess how many people noticed the errors?
Not too many.
Me.
Yeah, but notice that you're wearing purple fingernail polish because of that day.
It's blue. Anyways, but the thing is no one noticed that error. And so when I went to Ken and said, "Hey, I want to republish my books," he said, "Okay." And I said, "Can I fix it?" He is, "Of course." So my books are coming back out.
And now we changed it to orange, and I love that because of the knock knock joke. Aren't you glad I didn't say purple?
Yes, exactly. So that's the thing is remember with Perfect Publishing, we are family and we will take care of you. We may be a little quirky sometimes, but we will take care of you. And just realize content times distribution times multiple contacts and social impact that we like to do with Perfect Publishing. The possibilities are endless on what we can do.
I'd like to request live on the air that we modify something that was not exactly a truth you just told. And I would like
What?
to, not trying to embarrass you, but you said we're sometimes quirky. And I'd like to say that sometimes we're normal. Usually we're quirky.
Yeah, we're quirky. You are that is
It's
correct.
not fair to people that get into the family and see that there's more quirkiness than normalness.
There's a hell of a lot more quirky than there is normal. You'll do. What is Michelle and Dr. Ken Smiley doing again? No, we're running, but we
Oh,
don't forget.
let me speak to that. For this is just a wrap up of what you just shared about the Perfect Publishing phases. So I haven't named them perfectly at Perfect Publishing, but we have these kind of the, I understand it because of the way you just said it. So there's the get her done phase, and that's the, you just hired us, you want to be on a book tour, and
Let's do
honestly,
it.
30 to 45 days later, that we'll call it the Robert Peterson approach.
Poor
That
Robert.
and you have a book that you can actually hold and show and sell and prove that you are ready to be called an author, a speaker, and that you are committed. Okay.
Okay.
And then
What's
immediately
next?
after that, you go right into improvement phase, which lasts 30 to 60 and upwards of 90 days, where you re-release the book the way you wanted to in the first place. And then there is the mastery phase, where we make it a hardcover book with the major influencer like yourself, Michelle. And it's just this gorgeous, David, I'll call it a sculpted piece that you were trying to achieve. And the thing that's interesting about this, if you make a book and you go a whole year, you might have gotten that book done at that level, but you missed 9 months of 11 months of marketing.
Well,
11
11 months
months.
of marketing, and in my case, in a lot of our cases, is the tweaking. Because
Right.
once you print it, you're like, you know what? I really would like. And so read the book and they love it. Oh shoot! I wish I could put their quote on my cover. Okay, let's
Right.
do it. And we keep adjusting.
Well,
See,
also the gloss versus the matte. Could you
yeah.
imagine
Well,
if you printed?
here's the joke about the name Perfect Publishing. Ken and I don't believe in perfection.
Nope. And that's what
So
makes it perfect.
that's
what
the
makes
joke. That's what makes it perfect. Perfect publishing is that it's not perfect, but it's evolving. And just
Yes.
like when you have a baby brought into the world, that baby is not perfect. Okay. You think it's perfect, but as they grow up, you do, gosh, they cry a lot. Gosh, really wish they'd stop throwing their toys away. I mean, you just start finding all these things. You're like, okay, not perfect, but I love him anyways, or I love her anyways. So remember, your book is a baby, and unlike a normal baby where they say, congratulations, you're a parent, and they drop you with it, we don't.
That's right.
Your
Well,
book
if you
is
think about the perfection model, getting to perfection is impossible. So first of all, you're frustrated all the time when you finally publish it, which you probably won't, because you can't actually be satisfied with the perfection. It's not. And so the reason I called it perfect publishing was because we're willing to pivot and adjust and make anything happen to have an experience where it's actually joy or happiness or fulfilling. And so that's what makes it perfect. And you're getting closer to the impact level if you start with the beginning being, I have a book and I want to make it better, instead of, I'm going to make a perfect book and it may never come out.
Yeah, just get it out there. Someone is waiting for your voice, and that's what we do here at Perfect
How many
Publishing.
sales did you make roughly having your book come out? Let's call it 10 months before the perfect campaign would be started.
That's a number I don't know.
I think it's about 3,000.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
And
know.
and by the way, you don't know how many people shared it and all that stuff. And it's ironic, but the time that your book would have come out perfect was right around the time that it was on Times Square after free
Yes,
printing.
yes, exactly, exactly. It was already on Times Square when I would have
Right.
probably would have let it actually be birthed, and
And we
we
might have
birthed it
we might have
early and just fixed it as we went. Now, here's the other thing about what we've done with, well, let's say, my book and a lot of our books here at Perfect Publishing. It's we give a lot of books away. We do a lot of ebooks. Why? If you look up our books, we have a lot of reviews.
Mhm.
Reviews are
Yep.
powerful. No, we don't tend to sell them on Amazon, okay? We tend to sell them so that we can send, with autographs on them, So we buy them and then we autograph them and send them out to our people, but we do give away the ebooks away. Why?
And
Because
for those people that are a little concerned about Jeff Bezos not making money, he still makes money because he's still sending us and making the wholesale money.
yes, he's still we're buying them wholesale from him. But see, the thing is we do reviews. See, that's also part of that equation, the content times distribution. It's that social proof. It's the people like it and give it 5 stars. You've gone to Amazon where you click on it and do, it's only got 3 stars, but man, I heard great things about it. And you read the reviews and do, maybe I won't buy it. But then you find another one that has 5 stars and 15,000 bazillion, whatever that number is, 5-star reviews. You're like, I'm not even going to read the reviews. I'm just going to buy this.
Right.
That's basically what we're doing with your books. We push it so that you have as many reviews as possible, and then we review each other to
I
raise
call
those
it the
numbers.
I call it the baton exchange. So instead of you telling the world how great your book is, the world tells how great your book is, so you can just sit back and enjoy the sales.
Exactly. So there's a lot of things we do with Perfect Publishing. Yes, I say we like I'm part of the Perfect Publishing, but
You
I'm
are.
part of the family. So basically, I'm
You
part
know,
of the family.
you gave legs to Perfect Publishing because we have a book tour that is very hard to match. I mean, it's 50 cities over 2 years. And the thing that's cool about it is wherever we are, there's probably a great event that's happening that we're going to anyway.
Well, and the thing is you and I are big family people. So my thing is I really enjoy going to different cities and amplifying the influence of the authors that are there. So we go to
Right.
a city and we say, "Hey, authors, we're in your town. Come with us. We want to help you." We don't care if they're with Perfect Publishing or not. Okay, it's all about showing up and helping each other be the best versions of each other. So we help each other out and I don't know, it's an awesome thing. There's a mentality among authors and people who want to give back to the world and share their stories. And we come together and we click like we've always known each other.
That's
I
right.
love it. So if
Did
you ever
you
want us to come to a city with you, if you have a book or people who have books, invite us, write us directly on social media or go to amplifluence.com and message us or whatever. Go to Amplifluence on Facebook, Amplifluence-100 author. Write us. Tell us where you
did we share the rest of the book tour?
No, I don't have the image handy,
Can
so I
you want
asked
me to
you
tell
where
you?
we were going.
So after Denver, we're going to Rhode Island.
Ah.
Do you see what it says after Keep Smiling?
Yeah, but you can't just do that because people are also listening and cannot see that.
Okay, so we will make sure the graphic is linked, I guess. That's the best way to do it, probably. We have to do some links for
Well, I
this.
put the link of the graphic on the
Okay,
Amplifluence Facebook page. So if you go
okay.
to the Amplifluence Facebook page, you will see everywhere we're going.
Guess what I just did? I just texted it to you so you can add it too. So we have Rhode Island, December 3rd, and that is with 150 authors. And then we have December 4th and 5th in New York. Right?
Unless the next day we're heading out to Dallas. We'll see how that works.
But it's still New York no matter what. We're doing Times
New York
Square.
is happening. Yeah, because we've got our
Maybe,
tickets.
and by the way, if you're an author and you want your book on Times Square, you can contact us. You don't have to be part of Perfect Publishing. We're getting a bulk.
What's your phone number? Do you know the phone number to text?
Actually, I do. J.R. Spear is the funnel guy. You know that, right? He likes being called funnel guy. So I have to look for it for a second. So talk about Tampa for a second. And you haven't met Rudy, have you?
I have not read.
Ruby,
I've
Ruby.
read his
Yeah, but
transcript.
I'm talking about Ruby. I meant so Rudy is obviously the new person that's going to be in Dose of Hope, thanks to your editing skills and Michael's. And then Ruby is a Caribbean queen.
Oh
And
no, you told me about her. Yes.
yes, you're going to love her. Anyway, if they text SMILE, spelled, of course, SMILE, to 202.
Wait. Hold on.
Okay. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually copy it and send it to you as well.
202. No, just tell me. 202.
I will. 335
335
5865.
5865. Okay, so text the
still
word
texting it to you.
SMILE to 202 335 5865. And
Yeah, but no,
what
actually,
happened?
don't do 202 because it's not a letter. It's use the number to go 202.
I put it in the chat, Ken.
Oh, okay.
What happens when they text SMILE?
They're going to actually get access to books. They will get the ability to schedule time to ask questions, and they'll get a copy of our new book. Things like that. And I mean that sincerely, by the way.
Will we be able to get the list of where we're going?
Yeah, let's add the book tour to it. So I will make sure that whoever signs up for that, we get that included in there. Fair enough. Let's give more than we were expecting to give. Yeah. Like think about what you want to give when people text. Think about that. You got it? Got it? Are you thinking about it? You, Dr. Mraz, you got it? Now think more than that. That's how much we're going to give. More than what you just thought.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Okay, so.
Thank you for playing. You weren't even saying you were thinking. You were just looking at me. I was like, no, are you thinking about how much we could give them when they text?
Well, I'm looking at you because crazy.
Great.
So text the word SMILE. It doesn't have to be capital. It could just be however. Text the word SMILE to the numbers 202 335 5865, and you will get access to lots of free books. I think at least 3 of them, and schedule time to be able to ask more questions about what we're doing, where we're going in Amplifluence, and get a copy of our newest book, the Amplifluence book, as soon as it's done.
And you can schedule time if you'd like to ask questions about how you can participate, if they want. Okay, so
time to ask questions.
You know what the acronym SMILE stands for, right?
What?
Seeing Miracles in Life Every Day. And that's in the new book by Barry Shore, A Pocket Full of Acronyms. And do you know what SMILES stands for? Because I took it one more level higher. Seeing Miracles in Life Every Second. It's a lot of seconds there. Okay, I feel like we should. I feel like next week, if we have some time, I think we should go for the world record again. See if we can get under 1 minute for our show.
Well, we've definitely went well over 40 minutes now.
I feel like it's 43 minutes. Why don't we wrap up the show?
I think that would be a good idea.
You know, every time we say we're going to do a show that's like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and look what happens.
No, because we can't even say our names in under 3 minutes, apparently.
That's right.
So thank you for joining us on the Amplifluence podcast. If you want to learn more about us, go to Amplifluence on Facebook, or it's a page. So Amplifluence-100 authors. It's got a lot of the list of where we're going and what's coming up, and you can find out where we're going and you can join us. Then Ken is showing random books right now for those of you who are only listening. We'd like to say thank you to Add Value to Life, Robert and Noel Peterson, and then to Your Success Magazine. Yes, that's the coolest book ever. Richard Carson.
We're just rolling with books. These are books that you're going to be able to get for free if you SMILE text, and then you're also going to be able to meet the authors on the tour, especially in DC and Colorado.
Oh, most definitely. So we'll see you soon. Now, remember, Florida's this coming Friday. So if you are in Miami, November 11th, 13th, we're there. Reach out. Then we have the Reset, Renew, Rediscover Retreat in Houston, November 18th, 20. We've got the Movers and Shakers Cocktail, November 30th in Colorado Springs, December 1st in Denver, possibly Dallas, the Speak Up. We've got a lot coming up. So go look at the Amplifluence Facebook page and learn where we're going to be and join in with us because we are family.
I have a nice little wrap-up line.
What?
We want, and I'm speaking to the audience. Okay, we want to see all y'all on this tour.
All y'all?
All y'all.
Want to see
From
all y'all.
Colorado to New York to DC to Florida to possibly Texas, Dallas,
Houston.
Oh, did
Oh,
you see
no,
that
we're
movie?
going back to Dallas. You're right.
Yeah,
We
you're
would
right.
be
Did you?
going to
Hey,
Dallas.
did you see that movie Vengeance?
Not yet.
I knew it.
I have
I
not
knew it.
had time to
You
breathe
had to
yet.
bring it up. You would have brought it up because about Dallas. It's really funny.
Oh, really?
All right. Mhm.
Okay. And remember, in and of itself on Hulu, go look it up because you will thank us later. And
And also remember,
Derek Delgadio.
yeah, Delgadio, Eric, and it's Derek Delgadio. Yes.
Yes.
And always remember not to forget the book tour.
Yes. Now, and text the word smile to the numbers 202-335-5865. It's in the chat. Get some goodies from us. Until next time, we will speak to you the next time we come on live. Hopefully next week.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know where we are. So we might be, we might not. So we'll find out. So look for us on Wednesdays because we don't know what time zone we'll be in. Take care, everybody. Be well. And as I always say, be the best version of you every day, unapologetically. And Ken, what do you say?
I say, keep smiling, all y'all. And since we're going to the Philippines, I want to make sure we give a little shout out there too.
Magpatuloy sa pagnigit. Mignigit. Oh gosh. I just lost my Filipino card.
Well, we'll go ahead and practice, but remember, everyone, keep smiling, my booty. All right.
Mapute.
Booty.
It's bute.
What does it mean? What does that mean?
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Okay, so keep smiling. You're welcome is what I really said.
Okay, everybody, take care, and we'll see you on the road or here on live next week, Wednesday. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.